playoff against the best side from Oceania. Well, joining us live now to discuss all things South American football is the journalist Tim Vickery. Tim, thanks for joining us. So, how much trouble are Argentina in?
Well, a fair bit, because they've scored 15 goals in 15 games, and for a team of all the attacking talent that they have at their disposal, that's a shocking indictment of how poor they've been. They're now on their third coach of the campaign. Jorge Sampaoli has had very, very little time to implant a very different model of play. You look at the remaining games, there are 3 games to go. They're at home to Venezuela on Tuesday and at home to Peru next month. You would have thought that they can pick up enough points from those 2 home games to get themselves over the line. But there are still huge problems with the Argentina team. The 0-0 draw that they played with Uruguay on Thursday was practically unwatchable. It was a terrible, terrible game of football. Messi picking up the ball from his own centre-backs, and Messi almost forced to become a one-man team because of the deficiencies of the collective structure around him. And for all of the embarrassment of riches that Argentina have up front, they have exactly the reverse in defence, where they look extremely vulnerable. Tottenham fans will be very, very surprised to find out that Federico Fazio, who looked out of his depth in the Premier League, is now anchoring Argentina's line of 3. So it could well be a nervy ride to the finish line for Argentina. You would expect that they can pick up enough points from those home games to qualify, but a lot of hard work to be done, assuming that they do qualify between now and the World Cup next June and July.
Yeah, I just want to ask you about some of the other contenders in South America. Colombia are up against Brazil in their next qualifier. Brazil, of course, already qualified. I guess the question has to be asked now, Tim, are Colombia the second best team in South America?
Well, they reached the quarterfinals of the last World Cup for the first time. It was a tournament when their coach, the Argentine Jose Pekerman, said Colombia will definitively take a position at football's top table. Since then, they have flattered to deceive. They're not particularly happy with the way they're playing at the moment. So Pekerman doesn't seem to know his side. They've used an astonishing 43 players in 15 games. And really, I think that the fact that they're in second points to a wider truth about this particular qualification campaign. Brazil, since they appointed their current coach Chichi, have been far and away the best team, and by leagues the best team. The rest, no one is looking particularly good. And Colombia, they've only scored 18 goals in 15 games. Colombia are still struggling for a blend. Uruguay seem bereft of all confidence. Chile look as if they've gone over the hill together. Argentina have problems. And after that, you've got Peru, Paraguay and Ecuador still fighting for a place. It is, I think, in comparison with the previous campaigns, where South American football has had a great strength in depth, it has been a very mediocre campaign.
Tim, you mentioned Chile just there. I mean, you're talking about the team that's won the last 2 Copa America. I was wondering whether you felt like they have been impacted at all. I mean, I'm sure it's bigger than this to lose 3-0 at home to Paraguay, but they've been impacted at all by the Alexis Sanchez saga and him maybe not being the leader that they need him to be right now, or not in the shape to be the leader he needs to be right now.
No, I think there are wider problems. When Chile reached the final of the Confederations Cup back in July, but in the 5 games, they only won 1 of them and only scored 4 goals. Chile's method of play, it needs real fizz about it. They throw lots of players forward, creating options for the man on the ball. It needs high intensity to play that way, and this is an ageing generation. When Sanchez is now approaching 29, yeah. He's one of the younger players of the key players, and it's also a style of play which does leave them open to the opposing counter-attack. And what Paraguay did, they picked experienced players in their defensive unit and pace up front to hit them on the counter-attack. So although the result might stand out as a surprise, I think the writing has been on the wall for Chile, and Chile now have real problems because their remaining fixtures are not easy. The extreme altitude of Bolivia on Tuesday, and they still have to visit Brazil. The one thing that's worked in Chile's favour, and this is something which really is distorting the qualification table, a year ago Bolivia drew 0-0 with Chile and beat Peru 2-0. Bolivia fielded an ineligible player for the last 10-15 minutes of those 2 games. As a result, and this was just ratified last week by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, those games were awarded 3-0 to Chile and Peru. And that's a huge boost. That Chile being given 2 extra points, Peru being given 3 extra points, and a massive boost in goal difference. And where it's so tight, there's only 5 points separating the team in second from the team in 8th. There is every chance that decision by FIFA, ratified by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, that could make all the difference between qualifying for the World Cup and watching it on TV.
Tim Vickery, South American football expert, joining us live from Brazil. Many thanks for your time here on Sports World. We are almost out of time for this hour. Paolo Bandini, thank you very much for your company. Before we let you go, though, there's 9 qualifiers being played later on Sunday across Europe. If you were to watch one as a neutral, which one would you pick?
Gosh, I need to have a list in front of me right now, don't I?
You've got Greece, Belgium, Belarus, Sweden, France, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Bulgaria, perhaps.
I think Netherlands, Bulgaria, very, very possibly, just because of what it means in that group and because of the situation they've got themselves into. Like I said earlier on, it's one thing to get beaten by France in the way that you were beaten, but you have to be able to go and win this game at home. You have to, and it's their only chance now to still get out of this group is to win out, really. So that's probably the one that feels like it has the most riding on it, and certainly for a different insight to the one which we got at the weekend into this Netherlands team where they are.
Well, it's a good job we're letting you go right now, Paolo, because the Netherlands against Bulgaria kicks off in 2 minutes' time. So get yourself in front of a TV and enjoy that one. Paolo Bandini, football writer and journalist, many thanks for your time. Just a word on the USA. We were talking about South America. In the USA, they were beaten 2-0 at home in New Jersey on Friday by Costa Rica. It leaves them 3rd in the group, just a point ahead of Honduras, who they play next on Tuesday. So not everything going Bruce Arena's way since his return to the US men's national team as head coach. You're listening to Sports World here on the BBC World Service. That concludes our review and preview of the World Cup qualification for Russia 2018. But coming up in the next hour of the programme, we have a full and extensive preview to the 2017 NFL season, which gets underway in just 4 days' time.
You're listening to the BBC World Service, and here's what's happening in the studio this week.
Join British composer Hannah Kendall as she creates The Spark Catchers, commissioned for its world premiere at the BBC Proms, the biggest music festival in the world. Inspired by a poem, she transforms the work from a picture on paper to a performance at one of the UK's most prestigious concert halls.
In the studio, Tuesday at 3:30 and 10:30 GMT.
This is Mike Williams on the BBC World Service. In the next hour of Sports World, we preview the new NFL season, which begins on Thursday. Can the Patriots make it back-to-back Super Bowls? And who could be the next big thing when it comes to quarterbacks? Stay with us.
Online, on mobile and on air. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
听新闻，品文化。这里是中央人民广播電台香港之聲。
呢度係中央人民廣播電台香港之聲。
請鎖定 AM 675，全天候為您服務。湘江時評，
香港時評。
中華人民共和國第13屆運動會開幕式現在開始，請運動員、裁判員入場。
27號晚上，第13屆全國運動會在天津開幕。1959年開始的全國運動會是中國規模最大、水平最高的綜合性體育盛會，成為全面展示中國競技體育水平、培育後備人才的重要舞台。與以往不同的是，本屆全運會增設群體項目，取消獎牌榜，這看似尋常的一增一減，賦予了全運會全新的面貌。而香港特別行政區代表團今年派出254名運動員及104名隨隊人員，為歷屆之最。 本届全运会还有哪些亮点？参与全运会对于香港运动员来说意味着什么？欢迎收听本期节目，第13届全运会重塑中国体育价值体系。
听众朋友大家好，欢迎收听本期节目，我是胡杨。
大家好，我是猪猪。您这里正在收听到的是 AM675 中央人民广播电台香港之声。今天的节目呢，我们和您关注正在举行的全运会。本届全运会呢，共设了33个大项，417个小项。除了花样游泳、网球、田径的马拉松等项目的比赛呢已经结束，其他的项目都在开幕式之后举行。可以说呢，好戏才刚刚开始。
而就当很多人还在为开幕式的高科技拍手称赞的时候呢，本届全运会一些颇具颠覆性的亮点也是逐渐的走进了大家的视线，像取消了奖牌榜、设置了群众项目的比赛，以及允许跨单位组队等等，这些改革措施让大家不禁是连声惊叹。
为您介绍一下参与今天节目的2位嘉宾：央广资深体育评论员梁越先生，香港电台体育节目主播孟凡旭。
欢迎2位。那接下来呢，我们先通过一段音响来了解一下本届全运会的几个改革的亮点。
为全面发挥全运会在体育事业改革发展中的引领和示范作用，本届全运会以机制和制度创新为突破口，进行了多项改革创新，采取了8项具体措施。一是认真践行以人民为中心的发展理念，新增乒乓球、龙舟等19个大项、126个小项群众项目比赛。2是打破专业和业余、国界和国内的界限，充分发挥全运会培养和锻炼竞技体育人才的重要平台作用。3是充分拓宽训练选材思路，实施跨界跨项选材与全运会竞赛工作紧密结合。4是充分发挥全运会的竞赛杠杆作用，增设男子足球城市组比赛，鼓励城市报名参赛。5是打破地区壁垒和藩篱，在游泳、田径等10个大项、49个小项上实施跨单位组队参赛政策，鼓励各省市在技战术配合类项目上合作组队参赛。6是积极贯彻落实国家民族政策，支持内蒙古、广西、西藏、宁夏、新疆5个少数民族自治区在全运会上交流，引进少数民族运动员，进一步发挥体育在增强民族团结、促进少数民族地区和谐稳定方面的特殊作用。7是进一步采取措施，贯彻落实军民融合深度发展战略，制定了13运会军地共同培养运动员参赛办法，有力推动了军地资源共享、优势互补，形成了军地竞技体育事业共同发展的合力。8是实施教练员激励政策，在全运会颁奖仪式上，为运动员颁发奖牌同时，也为主管教练员颁发奖牌，激励教练员为竞技体育人才培养做出更多贡献。
通过刚才这个片花，我们能够感觉到这一届的全运会呢，可以说